PL Limited was registered with an authorized share capital of 10 lakhs divided into 1 lakh equity shares of 10 each. All right, so that is our authorized capital. The company offered to the public for subscription 90,000 equity shares. Applications were received for 82,000 equity shares, and shares were allotted to all applicants. Since the offered offered shares is 90,000 and the number of shares applied is 82,000, this is a case of what we call under under subscription. Okay, under subscription. Now, what else do we need to keep in mind? All money due was received with the exception of first and final call, exception of first and final call of 2 per share on 2,000 shares. All right, and this helps us build, okay, information as far as what the journal entries would have been. Okay, so authorized is not really important to us. What is important is applied, and because offered was more than applied, we don't have to get into anything else. Frankly, even the money to be paid at application, okay, they've not told us anything about premium. So we know at the time of application and up till allotment, it was 8. Okay, so application and allotment, whether it was together or separately, we don't know, but we know that it was 8. First and final call. First and final call. All right, call is, and altogether we get 10, and we know that the face value, okay, we know that the face value is 10. All right, now, uh, as far as all the money due was received, with the exception of first and final call of 2 per share on 2,000 shares. So your first and final call entry would have looked like this. It would have been bank account debit, bank account debit, calls in arrears, calls in arrears account. Okay, account debit to first and final call account. And since we are talking about 82,000 shares, okay, and it was 2 rupees per share, what we were expecting was 1 lakh 64. 1 lakh 64,000. Now, what we did not get is going to be calls in arrears, okay, which is going to be 2,000 into 2 per share. So 4,000 is going to be your calls in arrear. And therefore, we have 1 lakh 60,000, which is going to be the bank account. All right, now we don't have to pass journal entries, but this is helpful for us. If you know the standard journal entry, this becomes easy. Frankly, I'm doing a long cut. I can like literally look at these MCQs and work. Okay, but for your understanding, uh, they are telling us that the person did not pay, and then their shares were forfeited. Now, when you want to forfeit shares, the journal entries for forfeiture is you cancel those many shares. So it will be share capital account. All right, share capital account, share capital account debit. Okay, then we will be we will be crediting the calls and arrears and crediting a share forfeiture account, share forfeiture account. Okay, so calls and arrears account and share forfeiture account. Now, how many shares are we cancelling? 2,000 shares. The called up value of these shares is going to be full 10 rupees because it's after the first and final call. So 10 into 2,000 is going to give us 20,000. Then the call scenarios we already know is 4,000. Okay, we debited 4,000. Those shares only we are cancelling, so we can credit 4,000. Okay, and our share forfeiture account is then going to be 16,000. This will make a lot of our calculations easy. Okay, now the amount of calls in arrears disclosed in the notes to accounts will be, and we have been given options. Now remember, calls and arrears, you have debited calls and arrears 4,000 here, and you have credited calls and arrears 4,000 over here. 4,000 minus 4,000, your answer is going to be nil. Next, the number of shares of PL Limited after forfeiture will be. Now remember, applications were received for 82,000 shares. How many shares were unpaid at the time of first and final call? Okay, at the time of first and final call, 2,000 shares were unpaid, and those are the shares we cancel. Okay, we forfeited those unpaid shares, and because we're forfeiting them, they're no longer there. So 82,000 minus 2,000, your answer is 80,000. Then, third, in the notes to accounts, the amount disclosed under share forfeiture account will be, and we have just passed that entry. Amount credited to the share forfeiture account is 16,000. In the notes to accounts, the amount disclosed under issued capital will be. All right, and we've been given options. And remember, okay, we offered, okay, how many shares did we offer? 90,000. All right, so that is going to be issued. Okay, that much is going to be issued. The reason for that is because this much we have offered the public. How much they take, that will be subscribed. All right, so issued shares is 90,000 at 10 rupees per share, and therefore your answer is going to be 9 lakhs. Balance in share forfeiture account will be shown in notes to accounts in the balance sheet of PL Limited under, okay, and we've been given options. All right, and now you need to keep in mind that share forfeiture account is sort of a profit that we are making from the cancellation of shares. But we use that account to adjust for shares that we offer to others. All right, normally we could offer these cancelled shares, forfeited shares at a discount, and that discount is adjusted in the share forfeiture account. All right, so it is included in what is called the subscribed capital. Now, the amount of share capital disclosed in the balance sheet of PL Limited will be. Okay, now remember, in the balance sheet, in the notes to accounts, we have several headings. Okay, we have got authorized capital, issued, subscribed, paid up. Okay, all of that comes in over there. But when we are showing the amount in the balance sheet, it will be for those many shares that were actually issued, right? And people have paid, keeping in mind the cancellation. All right, so let's see. We were talking about 82,000 equity shares, but 2,000 got cancelled, so we're down to 80,000. 80,000, okay, and let's see. Since 2,000 got cancelled, 82,000 minus 2,000, we're talking about 80,000. 80,000 into 10, okay, plus the 16,000 that we have over here, all right, will be altogether. Altogether, we are talking about 80,000 into 10, which is our subscribed capital, plus the balance in the share forfeiture account, okay, which is 16,000. So 80,000 into 10, 8 lakhs, plus 16,000 is 8 lakh, 16,000, and therefore our answer is D. Any doubts? Feel free to ask. Thank you. And please like, share, and subscribe.